My husband's will gave my daughter the house and $3 million. For me, just a plane ticket to Monaco. You must have been a horrible wife, she laughed, changing the locks the same night we buried her father. Heartbroken, I went anyway. And at the airport, a driver in a gray uniform stood holding a small white sign with my name printed on it. And when I finally reached him, he lowered his head and said, "Ma'am, the prince has been waiting for you. My name is Camille, and I am 59 years old. For 34 years, I was married to a quiet man named Edmund in a modest brick house on a shaded street in Atlanta. Edmund drove the same gray sedan for 11 years. He wore the same 2 suits until the elbows went thin. He clipped coupons out of the Sunday paper and fixed the leaking faucet himself, instead of calling a plumber. And when I teased him about it, he would just smile and say, 'Money's only worth anything if you don't need it, Camille.' I thought I had married a careful, ordinary man. I had no idea I had married a man who was hiding an entire life from the world and protecting me inside the smallest corner of it. Once a year, every October, Edmund flew to Europe alone. Business, he said. He always came back tired and quiet. And once, only once, years ago, I heard him on the phone late at night, speaking a soft, rapid French I didn't know he could speak. And he said a name I never forgot. Auguste. Just that. When I asked him about it the next morning, he only kissed my forehead and said, "An old friend, someone who owes me nothing and everything." I let it go. In 34 years, I never once had a reason not to trust him. Our daughter, Cassidy, did not inherit his gentleness. She grew up certain the world owed her a soft landing, certain that anything plain was beneath her, and certain that her mother, who shopped the sales rack and packed her lunches and never once complained, was something to be embarrassed by. By 31, she had a designer husband named Spencer, a mortgage she couldn't carry, and a way of looking at me across a room like I was a coat she'd outgrown. And when Edmund's heart finally gave out on an ordinary Tuesday morning, Cassidy did not cry at the funeral. She watched the lawyer. 3 days later, in a cold office downtown, that lawyer read the will, the house, to Cassidy, $3 million in a trust, to Cassidy. And to me, my husband of 34 years left one sealed envelope marked only with my name and a single first-class plane ticket to Monaco. Cassidy laughed out loud. "A plane ticket? That's it? God, Mom, you must have been a horrible wife for him to leave you nothing but that." That night she changed the locks while I was still in my black dress. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I picked up the envelope and the ticket, because they were the only 2 things in the world that were still mine. And I flew. And now, a stranger in a gray uniform was bowing his head to me on a marble airport floor, an ocean away from everything I'd lost, telling me a prince had been waiting. It was only when that black car slid through a pair of iron gates an hour later that I began to understand what my daughter had thrown away, laughing.